the two most harmful vitamins for leg weakening. After 60, experiencing weaker, heavier or sore legs could be cause for concern. Notice that standing for extended periods, walking or climbing stairs is becoming challenging. If so, be very cautious. What I'm about to reveal in this video might surprise you and could explain exactly why this is happening. Consuming certain dangerous foods, two vitamins shockingly considered essential for health, and a combination of two elements draining strength from your legs all contribute to this issue. Indeed, vitamins everyone claims are beneficial for you can actually be weakening your muscles, straining your joints, and making your legs unstable, uncomfortable, and vulnerable. The most frightening part is these dangers exist in your everyday life. Every drink and every bite could be feeding the weakness you're experiencing. But it continues. These two vitamins you might be taking right now will truly astonish you. When in reality you're accelerating muscle loss and undermining your legs, you probably purchased them at the pharmacy with good intentions, believing you're protecting yourself, caring for your body, and strengthening your bones. This video will expose the truth behind these pills and foods. You'll discover what's really causing the fatigue, swelling, stiffness, and pain that keeps returning. Most importantly, you'll learn what to avoid and what to change starting now to regain your strength, vitality, and independence. Want to maintain your leg strength for years and age healthily? Then stay with me until the end. Sweets and sugary desserts. Desserts and sweets have traditionally been associated with comfort and pleasure. After 60, however, this habit might become a silent enemy for your leg health. High consumption of refined sugar triggers inflammatory responses in the body, particularly in muscles and joints. Chronic inflammation makes legs more sensitive, uncomfortable, and prone to deterioration. Furthermore, sugar directly correlates to increased insulin resistance, which depletes muscle energy. Muscle weakens and becomes less efficient when lacking adequate energy. Excess sugar also promotes weight gain, placing additional strain on your legs. Every extra pound demands more work from your lower body muscles and joints. Added weight increases wear and tear, discomfort, and a sense of weakness in the lower extremities. For older individuals who naturally lose muscle mass with age, this is especially concerning. Sugar also increases the body's toxin production, which worsens inflammatory responses even more. The greater the inflammation, the harder it is to keep your legs useful and firm. Did you know sugar directly affects blood circulation? Consumed excessively, it raises the risk of vascular disorders, restricting blood flow to lower limbs. Poor circulation means leg muscles receive less oxygen and nutrients. This hinders tissue renewal and slows muscle recovery. A dessert's enjoyment could be too costly for your health. Beyond metabolic effects, sweets lack essential nutrients for muscle health such as proteins and magnesium. In other words, you're consuming empty calories that weaken the body instead of strengthening it. In older age, this type of unbalanced diet causes muscle mass loss, one of the main enemies of mobility. If you believe your legs are growing weaker, the cause could be as simple as a slice of pie or piece of cake. What seems like an innocent indulgence could be undermining your independence and strength. Most commercially produced sweets also contain chemical additives like dyes and preservatives that aggravate inflammation. These elements disturb the body's natural balance and directly influence the muscular system. When combined with sugar, they create a very harmful health combination. Already, a significant improvement is replacing these sweets with natural alternatives like cinnamon on fruit or homemade desserts with less sugar. Of course, you can still enjoy dessert, just with wiser choices that respect your body. Your legs and taste buds will thank you. Fried foods, French fries, are difficult to resist, but the damage they cause to the body after 60 cannot be ignored. Rich in trans and saturated fats, these foods increase inflammatory markers in the body. This inflammation directly impacts muscles and joints, stiffening the legs, increasing discomfort, and making them susceptible to damage. Fat from fried foods also impedes blood flow, complicating muscle oxygenation. Poor circulation robs the body of its ability to heal and grow strong. Fried foods also cause blood vessel blockage, another problem. This further restricts the passage of vital nutrients to leg muscles. Over time, this mechanism weakens the body's support and accelerates joint wear. Among the main culprits are foods like donuts, chicken nuggets, and French fries. Before we continue, I'd like to know where you stand with me today. Leave a comment below and don't hesitate to ask anything. Remember to hit the subscribe button and activate notifications to always receive the best health advice from Senior Health. And if you're watching now, I want to know you're with me. Comment type 1 if this video resonates with you. If not, type 0. Consumed regularly, these products overwhelm the skeletal and circulatory systems. The flavor doesn't justify the health damage. Have you noticed that after a meal high in fried foods, your legs felt more sore and heavier? Your body is responding to the excess of harmful fats. The long digestion of these foods consumes much energy. Consequently, less remains for the muscles. This diet may directly manifest as leg fatigue. Furthermore, regular consumption of fried foods has been linked to weight gain, which further increases strain on the lower extremities. Breaking. This habit is quite difficult. Fried foods also have low nutritional density, meaning they provide few vitamins, minerals, and proteins that truly strengthen muscles. A diet dominated by this type of food creates an imbalance that promotes muscle mass loss. Less muscle causes legs to lose stability and firmness. This affects your ability to carry weight, climb stairs, or walk safely. Avoiding fried foods is one of several simple actions that can help maintain your mobility and independence. Replacing fried foods with better cooking techniques helps preserve your legs. White bread. Though its impact on the body, particularly after 60, is far from harmless. White bread is a common breakfast and snack item. Made from refined flour, it undergoes a process removing most fiber and essential nutrients. This makes it a rapidly absorbed carbohydrate that raises blood sugar levels. These spikes directly impact muscle health, especially in the legs, generating fatigue and weakness. Regular consumption causes metabolic imbalance. White bread, low in fiber and high on the glycemic index, also increases insulin resistance by lacking fiber. This impairs glucose entry into muscle cells, influencing the energy and strength needed for daily activities. The less energy legs receive, the harder it becomes to maintain muscle firmness. This can develop into muscle mass loss, something relatively common with aging. In this case, white bread ceases being a neutral food and becomes a source of irritation. White bread's effects extend beyond glucose. Being a diet low in proteins and minerals, it provides no real support for muscle recovery. To prevent sarcopenia, the progressive loss of muscle, older people need more protein. Neglecting alternative protein sources and consuming white bread daily is a mistake that depletes the body meal by meal. This could result in weak, tired, unsteady legs. Besides not nourishing, white bread promotes weight gain, especially when paired with butter, cheeses, or spreads. Excess weight puts pressure on legs already inherently more fragile in later years. Pain, inflammation, and increased risk of injury follow. White bread limits mobility rather than supporting it. Each bite might seem harmless, but the accumulation of poor eating habits causes the most harm. Fortunately, many more nutritious and better alternatives exist. Whole grain breads, naturally fermented or made with grains like oats, flaxseed, and rye provide beneficial fibers and nutrients. They indirectly enhance muscles, promote digestion, and help normalize blood sugar. Combined with proteins and healthy fats such as eggs or avocado, they create balanced meals. You needn't give up bread. Simply choose better options. Still in this video, you'll discover the 2 worst vitamins that impair your legs. Alcoholic beverages. With age, especially considering muscle and joint health of the legs, consuming alcoholic drinks becomes even more dangerous. Beyond 60, the body becomes less efficient at metabolizing alcohol, increasing its harmful effects. Among the key consequences, is difficulty absorbing vital minerals, including calcium, magnesium, and vitamin D. Without these components, muscles weaken and bones become brittle, heightening the likelihood of fractures and falls. Alcohol also directly hinders muscle repair. This means following any physical exertion, the body needs more time to restore tissues, causing prolonged pain, fatigue, and increased chance of injury. Alcohol also causes dehydration, which impairs muscle flexibility and promotes painful leg cramps. Furthermore, alcohol impairs liver function, which is connected to the synthesis of compounds essential for tissue health. The link between drinking and weight gain is also quite significant. Alcoholic beverages are very calorie-dense and encourage belly fat formation, even in moderate quantities. This extra weight strains the legs and demands more from the joints, impairing mobility. Combined with the natural decrease of muscle mass with aging, this can have devastating effects on mobility and quality of life. Have you noticed your body wakes up more exhausted and achy after a night of drinking? That's the reflection of the strain alcohol puts on muscles and joints. Regular consumption raises the body's inflammatory levels, which aggravates discomfort and reduces desire for physical activity. Over time, this habit severely undermines the body's ability to remain active and healthy. And shortly, I'm going to reveal which 2 vitamins could weaken your legs. Processed meats. Many people's routines include processed meats for their convenience, yet they mask serious leg health hazards, particularly in old age. High in sodium and chemical preservatives, foods such as bacon, ham, and sausages promote chronic inflammation throughout the body. This inflammation impacts joints and causes ongoing discomfort in leg muscles, ankles, and knees. These foods may directly relate to the stiffness people experience upon waking. Processed meats have another drawback: their high saturated fat content. This fat decreases muscle blood flow, raises negative cholesterol levels, and compromises circulation. Poor irrigation deprives leg muscles of nutrition and oxygen, impairing their maintenance and regeneration. The result is gradual weakening of the lower extremities, and eventually, this decline in strength limits basic daily tasks. Furthermore, these foods help accumulate toxins in the body, stressing the liver and kidneys. These organs are vital in filtering out chemicals that, when collected, lead to muscle fatigue. Preservatives in processed meats have also been shown to affect glucose metabolism, reducing available muscle energy. Once again, the effect is experienced directly in the legs as persistent feelings of fatigue and heaviness. While elderly people sometimes choose these items for convenience, dietary attention should be doubled precisely at this life stage. When it comes to sacrificing quality of life, convenience might be expensive. Choosing healthy proteins such as eggs, chicken, fish, and lean cuts of beef is a key first step in maintaining muscle strength and health. All the difference comes from simple substitutions. Replace bacon with avocado or olive oil, sausage with cooked eggs, and ham with shredded chicken breast. With these modifications, the body begins to adjust. The legs become lighter and more energetic. Between taste and freedom, between pleasure and lifespan, it's a reasonable trade-off. Instant noodles. Though their impact on the body, particularly after 60, is concerning, instant noodles might seem the perfect solution for those seeking convenience. Largely composed of refined flour and chemical additives, this quick meal provides relatively little nutritional value. A calorie-rich meal low in fiber, proteins, and micronutrients, essential components for preserving muscle mass. Over time, this diet directly leads to leg and mobility deterioration. Among the main drawbacks of instant noodles is their very high salt content. A single serving could provide more than half the daily recommended intake of this mineral. Too much sodium promotes fluid retention, making legs swollen and painful. Furthermore, it increases blood pressure, hindering adequate blood flow to muscles. Poor circulation also causes muscle tissue to become undernourished, weak, and slower to recover from activity. The chemical additives in the flavors accompanying the noodles are another concern. Preservatives, colors, and monosodium glutamate are often linked to chronic inflammatory processes. Even minor inflammations impair joint function and accelerate muscle deterioration. Eventually, this results in discomfort, stiffness, and mobility, restrictions becoming more frequent in the daily lives of those consuming this food. The effect on metabolism is truly significant as well. Lack of fiber raises the glycemic index of the noodles, which increases blood sugar levels. Glycemic instability affects insulin activity, preventing muscles from effectively using energy. Muscles grow weak and tired quickly when lacking effective energy intake. Poor diet can turn a simple walk to the store into a grueling ordeal. Industrial cakes. While they smell like youth and taste like joy, industrially produced cakes conceal ingredients that seriously harm leg health, particularly in mature years. Filled with processed sugar, hydrogenated fat, and synthetic preservatives that disrupt metabolism and irritate the body. These products, especially sugar, disturb insulin function and promote body fat accumulation. This not only causes overweight, but also creates a metabolic environment unfavorable for preserving muscle strength. Another important aspect of these cakes is the presence of trans fats, used to enhance flavor and shelf life. These fats lower good cholesterol and raise bad cholesterol, compromising blood flow. Poor circulation deprives leg muscles of necessary nutrients and causes deterioration. Over the long term, this could lead to loss of lean mass, joint stiffness, and possibly mobility problems. Regular consumption of industrially produced cakes is also linked to persistent inflammation, one of the main causes of muscle weakness and joint discomfort. Emulsifiers, stabilizers, and dyes, among other ingredients, influence the immune system and trigger inflammatory responses, primarily affecting leg joints. The outcomes are more discomfort, less mobility, and a cycle of sedentarism, driving muscle loss. Though delicious, these cakes lack nutritional density. That is, while deficient in essential nutrients like proteins, calcium, and magnesium so vital for muscle and bone health, they are heavy in calories. Frequently eating this type of food is like trying to power your body with contaminated gasoline. In this case, your muscles are the engine, and it doesn't perform the same way. Rather, it shows failures, fatigue, and sluggishness. Often, convenience drives us to thoughtless decisions. Making homemade cakes using whole flours, fruits, and natural oils can be just as practical as buying ready-made products. However, the distinction lies in the impact this choice will have on your body in the medium and long term. Your muscles will appreciate additional firmness, attitude, and vigor as you re-educate your palate. Ultra-processed cheeses. Though they appear convenient and delicious, ultra-processed cheeses like spreads, processed slices, and melted cheeses hide serious risks for those wanting to maintain leg strength after 60. High in sodium and saturated fat, these foods affect the muscular and vascular system doubly. Sodium promotes fluid retention and increases blood pressure. Saturated fat undermines blood vessel flexibility, impairing circulation. This combination results in legs becoming more bloated, uncomfortable, and heavy. Furthermore, ultra-processed cheeses frequently contain preservatives and phosphates among other ingredients that alter the body's mineral balance. Two minerals vital for muscle contraction and bone health, calcium and magnesium, are directly affected. Improper absorption of these minerals causes the body to show signs of muscle fatigue, joint discomfort, and even nighttime cramps. Being large and frequently used, leg muscles are the first to display warning signs. Another significant aspect is that these cheeses lack quality proteins, unlike artisanal cheeses, which better preserve their nutritional profile. Ultra-processed ones undergo industrial methods that reduce nutritional density. This indicates that while consuming calories, the body isn't receiving amino acids needed to sustain muscle mass. Losing muscle is among the main causes of functional decline and dependency as one ages. Have you noticed that after meals high in processed foods, your body feels heavier and less energetic? This is real. and results from the demineralizing and inflammatory action of these items. Over time, the absence of essential nutrients leads to bone weakness and declining muscle performance. Short walks require more effort than they should, and steps that seem easy become obstacles. Everything can be traced to the type of cheese on your toast. A good way to maintain health is replacing these items with fresher, less processed cheeses, such as ricotta, cottage, or farm cheese. And remember, we're approaching the most significant discovery of this video. Still to come are the 2 worst vitamins for your legs. Industrial ice creams. Though posing great danger to leg health after 60, industrial ice creams rank among the most popular dishes on hot days or as desserts. These products are highly caloric and inflammatory, containing saturated fats with significant levels of refined sugar. This diet causes blood sugar spikes, followed by rapid drops that endanger muscle energy stability. This instability makes legs weak, heavy, and more susceptible to exhaustion. Ice creams, particularly lower quality ones, contain saturated fat that harms the cardiovascular system. Oxygenated blood struggles to reach body extremities, including legs. The result: feelings of numbness, tingling, and even persistent cramps. Long-term, this circulation deficit causes muscle weakening, mobility loss, and higher fall risk. All this time we think we're merely treating ourselves. Additionally, industrial ice creams contain artificial colors, emulsifiers, and thickeners that aggravate bodily inflammation. This quiet inflammation is a key cause of joint and muscle tissue damage. Continuous consumption of these items promotes digestive and hormonal abnormalities, directly influencing absorption of vital nutrients for muscle development. Lacking nutrition, the body cannot remain stable and strong over time. Another critical factor: these foods provide no real nutritional value. Rich in empty calories, they neither build muscles, repair tissues, nor nourish joints. This means that, even while consuming something pleasant, fatigue persists and possibly intensifies. The impact on legs is clear: less firmness, more daily pain, and reduced tolerance for physical activity. Every bite robs the body of opportunity to strengthen itself. Milk chocolates. Whether as dessert or midday pleasure, milk chocolates feature in many routines, but regular consumption can have more serious effects than initially apparent, particularly on legs of persons over 60. High in sugar and saturated fat, these chocolates promote inflammatory mechanisms directly affecting joints and muscles. High glucose combined with poor quality fat creates metabolic overload, promoting decline of muscle power. Another issue with milk chocolate is low cocoa content, exactly where beneficial antioxidants reside. Most commercial versions leave a highly processed product loaded with preservatives and artificial sweeteners. These chemicals damage the liver and pancreas while disrupting absorption of vital nutrients for muscle health. The result: exhausted, legs without vigor, more susceptible to aches and stiffness. Simple sugars in these chocolates are rapidly absorbed, causing insulin surges that deplete muscle energy. For people already struggling to maintain lean mass, this volatility proves catastrophic. Furthermore, milk chocolate often correlates with stomach weight gain, worsening strain on lower extremities. This constant overload promotes wear and tear of knee, hip, and ankle joints. Healthy substitutions, however, still permit enjoyable moments. High cocoa chocolates offer antioxidants and flavonoids benefiting circulation and muscles. When consumed moderately, these items may even support vascular health. Always guided by awareness and balance, the key lies in selection and quantity. Canned foods. Though very convenient, canned foods contain numerous ingredients potentially endangering leg health in old age. Most items include chemical preservatives like sodium benzoate and nitrites, plus colors, salt, and other additives. These substances are highly inflammatory and harm muscle and vascular health. Consumed frequently, they impede muscle regeneration and prevent proper muscle oxygenation. Furthermore, excess salt in canned goods promotes fluid retention, a primary cause of heavy, uncomfortable legs. This retention causes pain and may indicate poor circulation and tissue inflammation, especially in those with hypertension, common after 60. The problem worsens as additional salt stresses the cardiovascular system and compromises delivery of essential nutrients to muscles. Another concerning aspect of canned foods is declining nutritional quality. Even canned meats and vegetables undergo processes stripping most inherent nutrients. What remains is a diet low in minerals and vitamins but high in toxins the body must eliminate. This metabolic stress depletes energy and compromises muscle performance. Your ongoing fatigue and leg weakness may stem more from diet than you realize. Additionally, though in small quantities, aluminum found in certain cans accumulates in the body over time. Evidence suggests regular consumption of metal container stored foods may harm the neurological system and muscle function. This increases risk of falls, imbalances, and gradual weakening, a risk unjustified given market alternatives. For those wishing to maintain mobility, avoiding canned items and choosing fresh, frozen, or naturally preserved alternatives represents an essential first step. Cooking with genuine ingredients, free of synthetic additives, offers nearly immediate well-being benefits. It's also a choice protecting your autonomy and quality of life as time progresses. If you believe only industrialized meals damage your legs, realize more remains to be discovered. Soon we'll discuss the 2 most dangerous vitamins for muscle health. The truth about these supplements might shock you. Filled cookies and processed snacks. Many people's snacks include filled cookies and processed treats. However, after 60, their consumption can accelerate leg strength loss. These foods genuinely aggress the body, containing artificial substances including dyes, flavorings, preservatives, and stabilizers. They not only irritate the body, but stress vital organs like liver and kidneys, directly disrupting circulation and absorption of necessary nutrients for musculature. These items are low in minerals, proteins, fiber, and high in calories. In other words, they provide many calories and minimal nourishment. For the elderly, this proves particularly harmful since the body no longer retains nutrients as in youth. A richer, more functional diet is needed to offset normal muscle mass loss accompanying aging. Consuming foods high in sugar, hydrogenated, fat, and salt only accelerates this decline. Another significant issue is trans fats used in these products. This synthetic fat represents a primary inflammatory factor in modern diets. They block arteries and hinder flow of oxygen and nutrient-rich blood to muscles. Poor irrigation of leg muscles results in discomfort, fatigue, and sometimes unsteady legs. Though gradual, fragility develops silently. Furthermore, excessive sodium in these foods causes fluid retention, worsening lower limb edema. Swollen legs signal problems. Poor diet combined with compromised circulation creates perfect conditions for developing varicose veins, chronic pains, and heaviness while walking. All this potentially stems from seemingly harmless snacks. These cookies and treats also cause glucose spikes, followed by rapid drops, weakening the body and creating endless hunger for more food. This negative cycle reduces muscle energy and promotes weight gain. Your ability to maintain strong, healthy, functional legs diminishes with greater reliance on such products. Substituting natural bars completely alters this situation. Monosodium glutamate. From ready-made seasonings to instant noodles, meat broths, packet soups, and numerous frozen ready meals, industrialized foods abound with monosodium glutamate. Though intended to enhance food flavor, this additive's effects extend far beyond taste. For people over 60, regular monosodium intake can prove quite harmful, particularly to leg muscles. Monosodium affects vital neurotransmitters controlling muscle contraction through the nervous system. Those more sensitive to this chemical may experience muscle aches, headaches, tingling, and general fatigue. When these impacts manifest in legs, they produce sensations of weight, stiffness, and occasionally slight tremors. The problem worsens with age as the body becomes increasingly susceptible to excitotoxic chemicals damaging neurons. Furthermore, monosodium glutamate triggers persistent bodily inflammation affecting joints, muscles, and blood vessels. This inflammation compromises muscle function and circulation in extremities. Poorly oxygenated legs significantly increase. Likelihood of muscle weakness, cramping, and mobility loss. Many foods containing monosodium are also relatively high in sodium, aggravating fluid retention and leg edema. This additive also affects energy metabolism, altering muscle glucose consumption. This reduces muscle efficiency in converting energy to strength, compromising legs even during basic activities like stair climbing or short walks. Long-term, this diet may cause muscle mass loss and dependence on others for daily tasks. Many remain unaware of their regular monosodium intake. Product labels disguise it under various names including flavor enhancer, yeast extract, hydrolyzed protein, and other technical terms obscuring its true effect. The solution involves choosing natural flavors like fresh herbs, garlic, onion, lemon, and olive oil over ultra-processed foods and artificial seasonings. Now we'll expose the two worst vitamins that, taken excessively, could compromise leg strength. Excess vitamin A is essential for numerous bodily processes, including vision, immunity, and skin integrity. However, excessive vitamin A, particularly from supplements, can prove harmful and cause various negative consequences, including affecting leg muscles. Beyond 60, the body struggles more to metabolize and excrete vitamin A excess, increasing likelihood of liver and joint accumulation. Muscle pain, particularly in legs and back, ranks among the most common symptoms of hypervitaminosis A, stemming from excessive vitamin inflammation of muscle tissues. This pain might be confused with joint or spinal problems. Besides discomfort, reports of muscle weakness, difficulty climbing stairs, walking, or rising from prolonged sitting clearly indicate disturbed nutritional balance. Excessive vitamin A also hinders absorption of other vital minerals, including magnesium and calcium. Without these minerals, muscles cannot contract and relax properly, promoting development of fatigue, spasms, and leg cramps. Furthermore, vitamin A accumulation in the liver may impair energy generation, compromising muscle function. The result, gradual decline in mobility and strength. Excess vitamin A produces another adverse effect, bone demineralization, especially in frequently used leg and hip areas. This compromises bones and increases fracture risk. For those with osteopenia or osteoporosis, the impact proves far more harmful. Vitamin A supplements should therefore only be used under medical guidance and always in controlled amounts. Self-medication drives many of these hidden problems. Naturally, occurring in foods like liver, egg yolk, whole milk, carrots, and pumpkin. Vitamin A in a balanced diet eliminates supplement necessity. Risks begin with excess, particularly in enriched products or potent supplements. Thus, total intake must be monitored closely, considering all sources including multivitamins. Excess vitamin D often associated with bone health and proper immune system function. Vitamin D is especially recommended for the elderly, but few realize excessive amounts can seriously impact legs, typically from supplement overuse. Hypervitaminosis D results from vitamin D accumulation in the body. Muscle pain ranks among primary symptoms of this imbalance, accompanied by weakening and coordination loss. Unlike other vitamins quickly discarded, vitamin D is fat-soluble and stores in adipose tissues. Excess vitamin D can elevate blood calcium levels, sometimes called hypercalcemia. This produces leg stiffness, muscle burning, cramps, joint pain, and related symptoms. Hypercalcemia directly impacts muscles and nerves, compromising electrical impulses directing body movements. Vitamin D can also cause unnecessary calcification of soft tissues including muscles and tendons. This means areas like knees, calves, and thighs may become stiffer, less flexible, and uncomfortable during exertion. What should protect becomes a source of wear and restriction. Elderly adults taking high vitamin D doses without medical supervision face greater risk of experiencing these problems. Another troubling issue. Large vitamin D doses can harm kidneys responsible for blood mineral balance. Poor filtration and substance retention reveal renal effects, worsening leg edema, muscle discomfort, and weakness sensations. This creates a feedback loop: more vitamin D, more calcium, less kidney function, more muscle difficulties. Vitamin D supplementation should always follow laboratory tests and medical advice. Emphasizing this proves crucial. Many believe supplements benefit the body and consume large amounts independently. Excess can prove equally dangerous as deficiency. Regarding legs, the outcome can mean lost movement and independence. Subscribe to this channel created to help you become healthier with higher quality of life. If you wish to continue receiving the best health videos, please do so. My goal is assisting you. The video now playing on your screen shows 3 essential vitamins every diabetic should take. View it by clicking the screen. Until next time.